Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan terrorist. Sable. What are you doing? Alright, well, I did the Divine Masculine reading, and it said that it was uploaded, and as many of you know, I am traveling, so all of my stuff is done on my cell phone, and so I have very limited capacity for memory on my cell phone, apparently. And so I can only kind of do about an hour's worth of reading, which tends to be a full reading for me. Or like in that case, I did the 2 readings, so I had to delete them so that I could do another reading, because they said that they had uploaded. Anyway, long story short, they had not the Divine Masculine did not upload, so it didn't tell me until after, like a couple hours afterwards. So I thought it had already uploaded. It is in my like Google Drive, so I should be able to download it back to my phone once I make some space. And I'm just tired of doing the back and forth thing, so I'm just gonna delete them all. I'm gonna delete everything. I just like at that point. Yesterday I practiced my Sunday silence and purged out a bunch of stuff, and I'm always purging. I'm kind of addicted to the purge. So very Saturn energy, King of Pentacles, Capricorn possibly, 4 of Pentacles, the Miser, and the 4 of Swords. Okay. So for the masculines who are like, where's our reading? It is on the way if you want to hear. I just have to figure out how to do it, how to get it back in there. I think that will work. We'll see. We'll see if it's just a memory thing or if there was something else. Some big stuff did come out. I just thought it was interesting because it was, Friday the 13th, and that didn't come out. That didn't upload. Why can't I speak? Don't speak. I know just what you're thinking. So please stop explaining. 4 of Pentacles again. And I'm kind of over-explaining this. It's just like, that didn't upload. We'll see if it uploads. But I just spent, I don't know, a lot longer than I should have, I think, explaining that. Chariot. And more Capricorn energy with the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So somebody's coming in with an explanation as to why they've taken so long, why they've been holding back. Because the 4 of Pentacles is somebody who's holding back. It's somebody they're a miser for a reason, right? I'm Mr. Heat Miser. And then we have the Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much. Too much. So the 4 of Pentacles, somebody might think that they're too much. They might be holding back because they think if they really express this masculine, if they express and come forward with this expression of love. And I'm saying expression versus confession because a lot of people say confession, and I feel like I don't want someone to confess their love to me. That sounds like there's something wrong there. It's like there's something taboo or something wrong with it. There's like shame or something attached to it to confess something. You have a guilt. That's the word. I'm gonna get these words. Collective, we are gonna get there. So yeah, it was kind of a week of things just going wrong. Little things like the video and just little things. With the Chariot here, you could be experiencing some sort of vehicular issues. That's also the heart. So with the feminine and the 4 of Swords, you could be having like heart palpitations or like racing heart, anxiety. This person could be having these sort of symptoms, physical symptoms, preparing for this expression. See, I almost said confession. So maybe they feel a little guilty possibly because the 4 of Pentacles are here with the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is like warding off defending. This person's like defending something. There's something maybe they're worried that the feminine will be defensive. As a feminine, I feel like it's fine. I wanted you to come in when you were ready. But the masculine seems to have some sort of anxieties about this. Things keeping them up at night. Clear the fifth. What in the helter-skelter is that? Oh, these guys. Well, I pulled up next to these guys sometime last week, and I was listening to Lola Young's Lola. Some Lola. Isn't that a song? La 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 Lola. La la. I don't know if that's the words at all, but anyway, maybe something with the name Lola. But yeah, Lola Young. Where she's singing. Is it Conceited? So maybe somebody experienced something on Valentine's Day, Hierophant. You bought me some flowers, I gave them to someone else. Told me that you love me, you're just talking to yourself, I don't want to know. She's talking to, that one and the song Messy. She's pretty much expressing that she has dealt with narcissists. I don't know, maybe this person can feel, because we've got water energy here with the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Wands. This masculine feels like they've been holding back because they get the sense that the feminine may take them for being maybe a narcissist, or like that this feminine could have just recently, you bought me some flowers, I gave them to someone else. Something with butterflies, the monarchy. Somebody could be into that, but you could be seeing, butterflies or moths or things. Pollinators could be really important here. Something about spring, the month of May, possibly. The month of May. Something in the month of May. Oh, that's from, I don't know what the original quote is, but it reminds me of the name John LaJoy. See, there's Lola and LaJoy. Maybe something with that. LA, possibly. California. But there's this sense of like, his name's John LaJoy. He's a comedian, and he does these little skits, and one of them is like, something in the month of May. And then it's like, I think he says, like, I don't know if he says bitches, but, he's trying to be like a, chauvinistic rapper. And it's E equals MC vagina. And he's like, something in the month of May. Bitches love my dick because it's really big. It's just like a silly thing or whatever, but that does tell me that, that's some chauvinistic, narcissistic shit to say. So maybe feminines, you dealt with someone like that. Maybe the name John is important. But anyway, but in Sex and the City, because I seem to always be going back to that. But his name is John, Mr. Big. John Preston? Is it John James Preston? JJ? Maybe the name JJ. Or nickname JJ. Or maybe somebody goes by like the initials of their first and middle name. BJ, RJ, something like that. Anyway, we have the High Priestess here. This feminine is kind of, with the Seven of Wands, is pretty guarded and defensive here. Because she's been burned before. She thought she was in something that was going to be really good for her. Maybe she tried something new. It's the ones that you go, well, maybe if I try something new. And then you end up worse off than if you had just dealt with someone that you actually found attractive. It's like there may have been a phase in your life where you were trying to open up to new, different, and you thought maybe because your pattern was so wrong. It's not about gosh, why am I like so spaced out right now? It's not about that cliffhanger. It's not about isn't there something where a tortoise, like a cartoon tortoise, is dying? Or that reminds me of The Labyrinth, where there's that thing that has the bird on its head. The guy who's talking, he has a lot of wisdom, and it's like, please, thank you for your donation. And the bird's like, ugh, I'm so sick of being your head. But he's like, gives this wisdom, and then he goes to sleep. And it's very superficial wisdom. Okay, I think a feminine got with somebody who they thought was wise. They thought they had it together. They knew what they wanted. And then it was all like very, because this whole checking my thoughts, not knowing what I think, it feels like times in my life where I have been gaslit, where I have been manipulated, where I have been around others who are confusing. So therefore I, as an empath, inherit that energy and feel confused. So there's something 1133 there. Warrior woman. Yeah, so exposing yourself to love is kind of, I want to say, gotten you into trouble. And you may have doubted, feminines, whether or not it was your taste in these masculines, if it was like a cycle that you were doomed to repeat. And you're like, well, if I'm attracted to them, they hurt me. And then you dealt with those who you weren't maybe attracted to, but they looked good on paper, or they were pursuing you. Because I'll tell you what, a narcissist will pursue you. That's the thing. They will chase you down like a predator. They will chase you down like a fucking lion after a gazelle, because they know they have to get you quickly. They have to get you in. They have to spin their web of deceit. That reminds me of Frodo, where he's like, in that meme where Frodo's like wrapped up in the spider silk, and then he's a butterfly in the next one or whatever, and it is like the orange and black. I don't know. I don't follow sports, but maybe like orange and black is a black and yellow. Like orange and black might be gold and black. It's finding gold in the darkness, mining, also Lord of the Rings, the dwarves, Gimli, but the miners mining for gold. Mining for gold, miner. I'm a miner of gold. Who is that? Is that Neil Young? I'm a miner of gold. Oh, who sings that? Shit. A miner of gold. Yeah, this masculine with the union here, 2 of Cups. It's like this masculine knows what they found. They know that they found like a big gold nugget, and they want to shape it into a ring. I had a friend when I was very young who had a bag of gold jewelry. I don't know if she stole it or where she got it from. But she had an absent mother. Somebody could have had an absent mother. But anyway, she gave some jewelry, and I ended up pawning all my jewelry at one point. Somebody could have like a chain with their name on it. Also Sex and the City. It's her Carrie necklace. She got it with friends at like a little fair or festival. So something about fall time, because that's usually when the festivals are in like spring or fall. The equinox. Maybe somebody drives an equinox. But yeah, like maybe you think, oh, this person, not your divine counterpart, but this past person, I'm going to give them just another second of energy just so that people can tap into this, and then we're going to leave it and just talk about this union because this is divine here. But I feel like this because I feel like the result, the energetic result, the result of that experience has influenced and kind of instructed is the word I'm getting. It's instructed. Maybe somebody was like an instructor. You could have met somebody that was like, maybe it was like a teacher, professor, or yoga, dance, some kind of instructor, some kind of person who was in that Hierophant energy of leadership, and maybe, they were your student or you were their student or something like that. There was something where it was like, I think it was so cliche, and it was so obvious that it was a cycle for you, but you ignored it out of maybe like pity, or maybe some sort of like a compassion in you. That feels more like covert narcissism versus somebody, or even like communal narcissist. Because, and just look into those and maybe they'll resonate for you. I'm not going to get into a whole like video on the differences, but it's like, maybe you were always with grandiose narcissists and it was very obvious that they were narcissists, but this person was like creepy. The way that they did it was like, they almost seemed like an empath, right? It's the dark empath. Just like any good predator, a narcissist knows how to hunt their prey. So it's something maybe feminines about, and maybe masculines as well, because you may have had an absent mother, and so you always kind of like chased feminines that were pulling away from you. They were running. We're not prey and predator here, right? We're a compatible species when we're twin flames. Like, this is your compatible person. But anyway, I feel like it's you. This seemed like it was not your cycle. It seemed like you were going against your cycle or doing something different, and you really felt like you were kind of challenging yourself to do something different, and it ended up with the same result, but it feels worse because it's like maybe you weren't attracted to them physically, or maybe you ignored the red flags that were so obvious, but you kind of gave the benefit of the doubt because this person, like, they sort of got their stinger in you. Could have been a Scorpio. Medicine Wheel and Warrior of Vessels. Yeah, now we have somebody who's willing to fight for your love, not just fight for it. They're not chasing you, because I'm getting the Horse and Chariot. There could be movement or distance being closed here, but it's like this person's slow and steady, right? Because they're not as slow as Pentacles, because they're coming in with some movement with the Water. Bruce Lee, maybe somebody's middle name is Lee, or first name or last name, but anyway, I'm just getting somebody's middle name. Could be like a hyphenate name or something, or like Tommy Lee Jones. But there's this sort of Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know what Tommy Lee Jones's sign is, but November 22nd is Jamie Lee Curtis. She shares that birthday with Scarlett Johansson and Ralph. No, not Ralph. Maybe something with Ralph Fiennes. What is his name? Mark Ruffalo. Anyway, something avenging. Avenged Sevenfold. The number 7. Something about origamis. Or maybe when you were little, you played those little, like, they're like an origami puzzle, whatever. My mother said we something. What do you say when you do that? You just count the numbers, I guess. Count the numbers, count the days. Okay. Pulling out cards here, and we will go back to them, but there seems to be quite a bit of channeling happening. So we're just going to let it happen. Knight of Cups, that's right. There is a heavy water energy coming in with this masculine. Judgment. You can trust your judgment, feminines. There's a question of judgment with this Two of Cups. Like, maybe I just don't know how to pick love. Maybe my intuition is off, right? Because the High Priestess is here and she looks terrified. High Priestess, she knows. She knows. The heart and the third eye are linked, right? The center. 3, 4, 34, 43. Those could be ages. Those could be, 34 and 43 are both 7. So there is something about 7. Avenged Sevenfold. It's like what came, and with judgment, I get like justice, karmic justice. This love is your karmic justice. And it's going to kind of avenge. Somebody could be a life path 7, but it's like somebody's going to maybe this person who did this, or all of these people, it's like they'll get what's coming to you. You'll get what's coming to you. That's off a Disney movie, isn't it? What's coming to you? Yeah, Iago, Aladdin. Like somebody's, like Jafar, he seems like he's got this divine power. He's got access to this. I mean, we all have access to that. How we choose to use it is based on our free will and our intention and our life path and all that. But, it seems like Jafar has the upper hand. He gets this power, and he's so much more powerful than Aladdin was by using the genie. It's like he uses this like a false magician. He uses it to his 3D advantage. He's trying to get, instead of, he can't get Jasmine to love him because you can't influence that, but he traps her in this time capsule. It's like he takes her time. Somebody took your time, and this person's taking their time, right? And they're giving you your time and space. We have the Sun here and the World. Judgment, the Sun, and the World. Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody's letting you heal from this. They could see that the feminine is struggling with this or doesn't trust them. So they're like, okay, I'm just gonna be constant here, because if I chase them or if I pursue them, it might look like chasing, and that might scare her away, this feminine. Scare them away. And I don't want them to be scared of me. I want them to love me, yes, but if they don't, I know that I can't force that. And you don't want to force that anyway, because it's like, yeah, Jafar, he like pushed all the boundaries and thought he was ahead of everybody. It's like, oh, he looks like, and people, you could be very worried about, what's going on in the world. And it's like the powers that be seem like they have the upper hand. The towers will always crumble for them because they're not aligned with their truth. Okay? They're aligned with a false magician energy. They're aligned with lies, and lies don't stand the test of time. Lies are they just crumble because they're a figment. They're not real. So they don't last. Only something that's real will last. Turns to snow in my clutch. Turns to whatever I touch. Starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much. Yeah, there's like this very egocentric, God complex energy that's like, yes, you went through that. Yes, that is energy that is out in the world, and a lot of times it looks like it has the upper hand. It looks like it's going to win. There is a great defeat of your joy. It's in the past, but it's still influencing how you're calling in new love. It's still influencing your fear. And this could be on either side. I am getting more of the feminine that looks like they're afraid, because the masculine is coming in with this slow, steady, like they're coming with this unconditional love, because a Knight of Cups is somebody who has already, Pages is like they're new. And whenever you're new to something, it has to start with the self, right? So that's somebody who's already filled their own cup. And so it's like, if you like yourself, if you love yourself, it doesn't matter. I mean, would this person love to come together? Yes. But if you don't, it's not like their whole world's going to crumble. But I think that comes from the fact that they feel that it's divinely aligned. So there's such a trust that it will come together. If it doesn't, cool. Because again, we all have free will, and this feminine could say no when you bring this offer, when you bring them this cup. But I think it's more, you're not bringing words, you're not bringing gifts. This is action. This is action. It's not words. It's water, which is all connection. It's all felt. And that feels like quality time. All right? And maybe there is, like with this Knight of Cups, it's like I'll always come back with this distance. You could live at a distance. You could have to do long distance for a minute. If there was infidelity in the past, that might be a little bit of a, well, I want this person to know. I feel like this masculine wants this feminine to know they're not going anywhere, even though they have to go somewhere. Leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. I see you guys with the Page of Swords, I see you guys talking a lot when you are apart from each other. Five of Pentacles. I will not leave you out in the cold, though. I feel like that's a promise this masculine is going to make. Like, it's you. What is it? And it's, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Sven Inglar? Sven Inglar. It's like 7 Inglar. Anglerfish with the light. But it's like 7. Also, the movie 7 could be important here. Because I'm seeing like, the song is, gosh. It's all of the children, and I believe there's like, it's all about like them dancing, there's joy, and they're all special needs, I believe. I know there's like one of the little boys has Down syndrome, and they're playing, and it goes, it's you. Also, this album by Roy Scop might be important, or maybe you like electronic music, or you create, maybe you're a producer or something, but it's you. Like, that's what I feel like this masculine's saying. It's you. It won't be anybody else. I've traveled oceans of time, Bram Stoker's. I've already traveled all this time in space. Like, I know it's you. This isn't somebody who is, and with the anglerfish, I always get like Angler, isn't that a brand for fishing lures and stuff? Or like a fishing equipment brand? Bass Pro Shop or something. Anyway, this is not a fisherman, okay? Maybe you like to fish, and you already know, you came here, you saw the name of my channel, so I'm not going to condone that shit. But I always compare narcissists to fishermen, because it is very much about the catch. It's all about the catch, and then they're off to find a bigger fish. And the only way to catch an uncatchable woman is to offer her a wedding ring. Big fish. You're the biggest fish in the sea. There are more fish in the sea. They don't care. This masculine doesn't care about anything else. They've seen enough. They've done enough. They've witnessed enough. They could have been single for a long time and just watching other couples around them like, nope, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. They haven't seen what they want until they met you, feminine. That sounds like a person doing an imitation of a bark. like in the old cartoons. Ruff, 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 ruff. That reminds me of the movie Scruffy. Someone could be kind of scruffy. Or maybe you feel a little bit scruffy. Feminines, if you're a female feminine, you might not have shaved for a while, like Shania Twain. Why did I shave my legs for this? Temperance, Sagittarius energy. 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is in the reverse with the Fool in the upright. I almost said the Fool in the reverse, which I did just see a Joker card, and it was, from my perspective, upside down. And I say my perspective possibly because the feminine, you might feel like this is not happening, this isn't coming in. Going about my merry way. Fool of a toque. Full. Aquarius and Aries energy. Lord of the Rings is very important here. It's also kind of a dreary day. And, I mean, not that I won't watch Lord of the Rings on a sunny day, but dreary days always give me that. And I've been in a very Christmassy mood. I was singing a Christmas song earlier and talking about a Christmas movie. Anyway, something about July, Christmas in July or something. But it's the festivities, the joy, the merriment. All of that is very much, you know, surrounding around the holidays, but it's kind of like you're setting your own traditions. And just a side note here, all right, because I kind of branched off from that one. I couldn't think. It's, if you are worried about a cycle, if you're worried about, it's like you can trust your judgment. You know better. And I also saw this meme, Rosa Venus Tarot. She's a reader on here. And she posted this thing that said, forgive yourself for not knowing what only time could teach you. And it has like the third eye on a stick figure. It's this cool like meme or whatever. I don't know if it's original or if she got it somewhere else, so I don't know, but that's where I saw it, was on her page. But she posted that, and where was I going with that? It's like it wasn't your judgment, right? I mean, when you're a beautiful flame, and I just actually saw a bunch, I mean dozens of little moths that were all dead in one spot by a doorway. It's like you needed that experience. I know that sucks. It's all part of the journey and all of that, to find your person, but it's like only one moth is going to come to you. You only look for one fish in the sea, but you're still going to get all of them, right? Because if you've got, maybe there's like something about your pheromones, you smell really good, you look really good. With that whole like grooming yourself, maybe you didn't groom yourself before. Oh, I just got deja vu. Maybe you didn't groom yourself in these other connections because you were so deprived of energy, like you could barely get up out of bed, you could barely do anything for yourself. It's a very low point, and I don't want to give too much energy to that. If you know, you know. But this is like the death and rebirth of the moths, the Mothman, Virgo energy, Richard Gere, RG. So it's like the OG, the original gangster. This is like the real gangster. So even though this could be your second or third or 12th marriage or big relationship or whatever, it's like maybe that first one shaped you in a lot of ways. And it's kind of like, well, that sort of set you up for this like self-fulfilling prophecy, if I can speak, which also made you self-sabotage, which is fine. None of those people from your past were your twin flame, right? Because when it's divine timing, when you're meant to come together and do the like big finale with your person, you will. But there's something about knocking on death's door. Death knocking at your door could be a Scorpio knocking at your door. Very specifically, and I won't linger here too long, but there could have been some sort of abuse or issue with a parent, and maybe that parent has passed recently. And there's something kind of freeing about it, I feel. Pisces, Gemini energy. There's something that I feel is very freeing about this person passing, and that might sound kind of like awful, and maybe they're not passing away, but maybe there is an ending to their success, or this, like, if you had a narcissistic parent, that's going to set you up for being attracted to fucking narcissists of all kind for the rest of your life until it's time for you and your person to come together. Somebody could be in the justice system, or maybe this person, maybe they took your time, they might have taken your money, and it's like they're getting their retribution, they're getting their karmic retribution. So rest assured, if that's something that's like, how are they so much better off than I am? Like, they got remarried, or maybe, maybe they moved on and got all the things that, maybe you wanted, and maybe for a moment you thought you were going to get with that person. Just be glad, rest assured, that you did not. Four of Swords. Be rest assured that, and humbled in the failure of that relationship, in the downfall of that relationship, because it's like, there's an illusion. Jurassic Park, that's the problem. It's a flea circus. It's like it's all an illusion. You thought you had control over that. They thought they had control over you. There was a power play with that Seven of Wands. It was like this competition power play that really stopped you from feeling like you had anything to give, because we have the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That's somebody who doesn't feel like they have enough to give. I just don't have anything left to give. Now that could be current energy, or that could be recent past. This could be something that you're just now kind of coming out of, and this reading came across your algorithm as a reminder, as a confirmation. Like, you made it out of that. You made it out of that. You're stronger for it, and they're weaker for it because they don't have you, motherfucker. So, yeah, Four of Cups. It's like, keep waiting. Keep waiting for the right thing. It will come to you. And feminines, you may have been pursuing. So if you were acting out of a masculine energy because you were pursuing others, or it was that runner-chaser dynamic, right? If you're in a runner-chaser dynamic, one of you is always pursuing, and that means the feminine is pursuing when masculine divinely must pursue. It's just energy. I didn't make that up. That's just energy. And they are. Three of Wands. They've been planning this for a while. They've been waiting for this moment where you forgave yourself for not knowing what time could teach you. It was only, I love that so much, because it's like so many of us go, oh, it's a missed opportunity, or shoulda, coulda, woulda, or oh, I've been procrastinating. There's no such thing. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. There's no such thing as procrastination. Because if you are not ready for whatever reason, because you feel like you're not enough, because you have more work to do, you weren't ready. The timing wasn't right for whatever reason. And you, in that moment of clarity, there's a moment of clarity that you've recently received, right? So if that, just thank the universe. Thank you for this moment of clarity. Thank you for clarity. Thank you for clarity of mind, of spirit, of heart, of soul, of body, whatever it is. You got some sort of confirmation. And maybe it takes you knowing that this person got their retribution. And it's not, I don't feel like you wished it upon them, because I don't feel like that's in your nature. I feel like you have a very pure heart. And there may have been moments where you're like, I think I'm a good person, but why do I keep, like, these things keep happening to me? With that Five of Pentacles, like, I keep getting left out in the cold. I keep not getting my blessings. I keep not getting my abundance. Six of Pentacles in reverse. I keep not getting that reciprocation. And so I don't feel like I have anything left to give. So it's like, I want to share this heart. I want to share this love. I want to share this passion. I want to share my mind. I want to share my body with somebody who, I was going to say prefers that. Oh, maybe somebody was like repressed about their attraction. I'm getting Brokeback Mountain. I don't like that movie. I think it's bullshit. It's like we're glorifying an affair. Bridges of Madison County. Yeah, it's great actors and it's beautiful music and all of that. And that romance would be wonderful. So yeah, maybe somebody put you in a third party, right? And yeah, maybe somebody's sexuality, they were confused or something. And again, you can't do anything. That has nothing to do with you. You were just being you, and they were using you as a mirror to, and you know what? If somebody did discover that through you, yeah, it might have really messed with you and hurt you and everything, but it's like you were a mirror that offered that clarity for them to actually follow their truth and pursue what they're actually interested in. So it could be something like that. It's very specific, but no, I don't like any movies where they're condoning a fucking affair. I think that's garbage, and I think there's a lot wrong with that, but I digress. Like, oh, it's so romantic. No, that's not romantic. We've got Anne Hathaway and Michelle Williams over here. Were those the actors? The actresses? Yeah, with all the pump and amp around that movie, Brokeback Mountain, I thought, oh, this is going to be such a beautiful film, and I loved all the actors that were involved in it. But I was like, oh, so they're just like running off and cheating on their wives, and we're saying that's pretty and beautiful and a wonderful love story? Fuck that. Anyway, unpopular opinion, I'm sure. But this is the end of deceit. This is the end of self-deception, self-sabotaging. It's kind of realizing, like, you know what? What I want isn't too much. It's not too much. I'm not too much. Because that not feeling like enough also is parallel to or adjacent to the feeling of being too much. Like, what I want is too specific. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's that way. And you probably hear that all around you. You are perfect as you are. This person is perfect as they are. And therefore, you are perfect for each other. Somebody doesn't want me to say that. Somebody could have had a Virgo parent. And that just represents like false perfection. So they could have had Virgo placements, or they could have just been operating out of, putting this false persona on you, or this like idea of perfection that was according to them, not reality, or not you at all. Hey, sweetie pies. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're gonna move your face. Okay. I don't know why they put up with me. All right, let's get some clarifying here. King of Pentacles. Ooh, yeah, there he is. King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, possibly, or fixed signs. But this is somebody who's coming in. You want to talk about the Six of Pentacles in reverse. If you feel like you haven't been getting your karmic balance, you feel out of balance, you feel that Five of Pentacles energy, left out in the cold when it comes to your joy, healing, love. This King of Pentacles is hopping out here to say, you know what? All that you have felt like you've been lacking, it's coming in. That's like a tombstone where he says, and hell's coming with me. You hear that? Hell's coming with me. But I feel like this is like heaven's coming with me. Palace, the band Palace, they sing Heaven Up There. Is it heaven up there? 'Cause it's hell down here. There's that King of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. So we've got a match. She's your match, Henry. So you could have dealt with a water sign that really fucked you up. Because this is someone who's facing away. They were not willing to match your cup. This person is matching you in whatever your element is, okay? Because these are two elemental soulmates. So if you are air, they're coming in. Diamonds. Oh, that's the song by Rihanna. I think it's Rihanna is how it's pronounced. But it's diamonds. Shine bright like a diamond. This is a lot about like you holding back with that the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles coming out twice. It's like you've been a miser of your own alchemy. Everything I touch starts to melt in my clutch. It's like you're not realizing, because you got manipulated by a false magician, or many of them, that you are the alchemist. That's why they're attracted to you. You are a flame, so you get all the moths. They can't hang with the flame because they're not of the same element, right? They're not of the same element, but they wanted what you had. And maybe you gave it to them out of the graciousness of your heart, the kindness of your heart. 44 on the clock there. It's like you gave it to them. But see, 4 and 4 is 8. So when you separate it, you could be a life path 4, life path 8. But it's like you separate it. You've broken that 8. You've broken that cycle. You've had some sort of download. You've had some sort of cosmic clarity, some celestial clarity. I'm getting that, like, it brought you peace. Let's see what this clarity is. Because the clarity comes from the masculine. What's this clarity that the feminine is receiving here? Because the masculine is guiding it for the union. They're guiding it for the connection. Okay. Well, they came out upside down, We have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So I see this feminine over here is like, still feeling these sort of feelings of being bound, while the masculine's over here really working on their space, their mindset, their work. They're working on their alchemy. They're also working on their healing, right? Because he's etching the stars into gold. And what is that movie or that line is from? And from her breast, she cast the stars into the night sky. Oh gosh. Well, now I'm trying to think of it, so I'll never think of it. So there's still a little bit of time here. Maybe this moment of clarity hasn't quite happened. Well, we've got a feminine over here in the Nine of Pentacles. Or maybe this clarity has happened and this feminine is really amped up. So this could be a shy masculine, because they feel like this feminine they don't want to take from you. Okay, this masculine doesn't want to take from you because they see the feminine as being someone who casts healing. They see this feminine as a healer, as a divine healer. And they know that being around them would be healing to them, but they don't want to be a burden. They want to make sure, I just bit my tongue. This person is holding back, this masculine is holding back. They're biting their tongue. They're biding their time because they don't want to take from the feminine. They want to make sure that they have more than enough to offer so that they can bring in this Six of Pentacles energy, which in the masculine, that's the Six of Swords, right? It's that rescue. The World. So there is that travel again, that distance. Five of Pentacles. Hierophant. Feminines are praying. Gosh, the feminines are really struggling. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. They are alchemizing. They know that they're tapped in. I do feel like they are trusting that this masculine's going to come in. Maybe the moment of clarity was, I am deserving of this. Something made you go, oh, you know what? And again, it might be when this ex or this parent or someone, if you're thinking of one person, right? Or you could just be thinking of a few of them. It's like, maybe they're coming back into the picture because you're getting close to this union. So they're like, oh, let's see what's going on there. And them coming back to you might be that kind of validation that you needed to go, okay, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was them. That's something they had to work through. And now they think they can come back now that I've rebuilt my little slice of heaven. Little Bit of Heaven, that movie with Kate Hudson, where I think Kate Winslet is a Sagittarius. So yeah, that's that download. So feminines, if you haven't received it, masculines, if you haven't received it, sit in that Four of Swords, sit with yourself, maybe surround yourself with gold. I feel like gold is somehow, which is Pentacles, it's earth energy. We have the Queen and King of Pentacles. So it's like gold is surrounding this connection. So maybe wearing some piece of gold jewelry, or maybe this masculine has a piece of gold jewelry to give to this feminine, right? And yeah, maybe they wanted to give it to you, but because it's like around Valentine's Day, they could have, if you're watching this in real time, maybe they didn't want to like do something cliche. They don't want to do something cliche. They want to do something that's very specific to this feminine, because the Page of Swords, they've been watching this feminine. They've been studying them. It's like they're realizing, with the flowers, they don't want to bring them flowers. They don't want to just bring them chocolates. They don't want to bring them something because society has said this is the holiday when you're supposed to do this. This masculine feels like someone they go against the grain, right? They are a true alchemist, and they know no one's going to tell them what to do. This is quite stubborn energy. It is very Emperor. It's like, I know what I'm doing here. I don't need to take any advice from you. And it doesn't feel like foolish pride or anything. It feels like the Fool. It feels like someone who knows what's right for them, what's aligned with their heart, what's aligned with their beliefs. And it's this feminine. But there is a damsel in distress element here with this Eight of Swords. And they don't want to take from this feminine. They really don't. Page of Cups. No, and there is some sort of, there's a masculine here with an older masculine. So they could be asking, this is a masculine who is inquisitive. They weren't given the tools, but it's like they've always kind of known that their heart was going to be at the center of everything they did in this life. They could have heavy water placements, and that's how they just know, because they just know. Because that's what water is. It's just a feeling. You just know it. You know it here. Somewhere in here. Something with the vagus nerve. Maybe something about Las Vegas. Because we did have LA, so LV. And then Lola. There's something about the letter L, which is like, L is for the way you look at me. Eye contact is very important here. O is for the only one I see. Again, you're the only one. Temperance, Sagittarius energy again. There's all these other options here. There's an option here, but you are the one. You're the one. You're the one that I want. Greece, Wheel of Fortune, and Two of Cups. And there's that Knight of Cups again. So the Knight of Cups came out 3 times. I feel like for this collective that's resonating with this, you do not go back. You don't want anybody from the past. And your concept of twin flames has nothing to do with the physical vessel. It is about the frequency that the person is on. And narcissists, true narcissists, are incapable of being on their own frequency. They're incapable of creating and manifesting from a 5D frequency. They're devoid of that. They don't have empathy. They don't understand it. They are all 3D. They are all in that devil energy of the 3D, of the physical. That's as far as they can go. That's why they are always attracted to empaths. That's why they're always attracted to those who can give them that frequency, but they can't hold it themselves. They're vampires. Truly, vampires. That's all they can do, is take, take, take. They're a vector. They don't have the capacity to fill themselves up, to fill their cup. So something that if you are kind of like, well, is there any sort of clue as far as like what this person how I might know that this is this person? Because with those 3 nights, you might have multiple suitors coming in. You're going to have one from the past, You're going to probably have a new one that is basically from the past. It's the same frequency. It's the same karmic aspect of your twin flame. And then you're going to have your true twin. And the one who likes themselves, the one who does things now, that's the confusing thing with like communal narcissists versus people who live spherically in all directions under the Tuscan sun, Leo energy. Under the Tuscan sun would also be like Anubis. It would be the god of the underworld. So it would be I don't know if Rome has like who that would be. Who would that be? Is that Hades? Hercules, what's that song? Oh gosh. Where the 3 ladies are singing on the Pisces energy, but where they're singing, they don't go 1, 2, 3, but they're like heroes coming, and then what do they say there? Just like that, and a 1, 2, 3, and a hero. I don't know. Is that even Hercules? Anyway, but it's like the god of the underworld. So scorpionic energy, the devil, Capricorn energy. There's something about like the darkness or being farthest away from the sun. Yeah. Depending on how you look at it, I guess. Would be Pluto, right? So scorpionic energy, Capricorn energy. And then with the Emperor, we have Aries, which is the God. Maybe there's a feminine Aries here, or you have feminine placements. Hey, baby. But Aries is the god of war and destruction. So that is like the tower, the destruction. War is death. It's an ending. So those signs might be important. Cardinal fire, cardinal earth, and what's the other one? Fixed water. So those could be some signs that help you. But this person likes themselves, and they do things, they occupy their time. They don't independently. They have hobbies, they have interests, they have things that they do that they would do if they were in a freaking box in isolation by themselves. And somebody said, okay, what do you want? These are the books that they read. A communal narcissist reads, it's Oprah. Calling you out, Oprah. I know AI is listening. But that's a great example, and I believe she's an Aries. That is a great example of somebody who like takes interest in what they know is popular, because that is going to get them the most attention. That is going to get them the most people that want to pour into them. And then those are the people who go around going, oh, I'm so tired. I get this. Oh, by the way, did you see my humble brag on Facebook? Did you see where I helped that older person? Did you see where I offered that? And this is the type of person, and it is a bit of Leo energy, a lot of Leo energy. They'll tell you, they will regale you with all of their, I'm getting something about the Confederacy or the Confederate flag. I don't know what that is, but take it as you take it. But this is the person who will tell you how amazing they are. This person is truly humble. You see them moving, but they're not announcing it. They might not even have social media. Like they aren't interested in that. They are a healer. They are a giver. They are a savior. They are an archangel incarnate. They're going to do this because they're going to help this person because that person needs help. Not, hold on. And I was just watching, is it called Beautiful? With, starts with an M, not Mia Farrow, but maybe Mia Farrow is a confirmation for somebody. Oh, gosh. The movie Beautiful, where she's in the beauty pageants, and she has the daughter, but her friend takes it over. Anyway, she is such a narcissist. Like, she has so true narcissistic tendencies. But, and the thing about Hollywood is they make it look like, oh, she can reform and like come back to it. True narcissists like that, and if you had a true narcissistic mother or parent, you know they don't change. They don't change. You can change the aspects of them that they have genetically given down to you and heal that as your ancestral cycle breaking karma. But they don't change. People don't really change from that. Their core is fucked up. It's just, it's sad but true. But once you realize that, your life gets a little bit easier. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Healthier for sure. Because you're not giving to that. You're not expecting them to be a good person. They just put on a show, but there's a part where she has her daughter, who doesn't know that she's her daughter yet, but she is like, helps some woman who's fallen in the store, and she's like, wait, get the camera, you know, and she's like, starts singing to her. What song does she sing? Anyway, did you ever know that you're my hero? Did you ever know? Yeah, The Wind Beneath My Wings. The Wind Beneath My Wings. And that could be like something that a parent said, like, I don't know how I would do this without you. You're important. You help me so much. You're such a good son or daughter or whatever. And it probably filled some part of you that wants your parents to love you, but at the same time, what it's doing is it's just setting you up so that you feel special. So it's like, it's luring you in, it's fishing. Look at this shiny thing. It's their shiny object. This compliment is their shiny object. This gift is their shiny object. And they're just trying to hook you. Fish hook. There you are. But they don't want anything to do with you. They're going to catch and release you, or they're going to fucking stuff you and mount you on their wall. That's it. They don't actually, they're not scuba diving and going, wow, what a beautiful fish. Maybe I'll take a picture of it, but otherwise, this is just like beautiful to be in this experience. And these fish are letting me into their space. This person sees you like some beautiful, I want to say prehistoric. They see you as this like beautiful, magical, what is that word? Like medieval, like a dragon, a unicorn, a fairy. Like they see you as this angelic, mystical creature, But like others, yeah, they see you as a mystical creature, and they're like, I want to take the horn off of that legend. Tom Cruise, Cancerian energy. They just want to, but then you see darkness and the devil in there. Tim Curry. So we got TC, tactical commander. Somebody could be in the military. Yeah, it's like somebody, and that was scorpionic energy as well. You thought somebody was like a true leader, but they weren't. They were leading you to hell. So I said I wasn't going to give that much energy to this person, but I really feel like I need to keep mentioning it because that really resonates with this collective of like that fear being, and me saying like so much, these filler words, it's this person stunted a part of you that expressed yourself, that alchemized, that was creative, that honored your truth, that filled your cup, that gave to self-care because all of your energy was going to them. Every fucking last drop. They were like, the song Formaldehyde, I don't know who sings it, but it's in the show Evil. So you can just Google Evil, Formaldehyde. And yes, she has a mom who is like, does her favors, but then hangs it over her head. And she's, playing with the devil, basically. At least one of his henchmen. Captive. Yeah, so we don't need to get to that. I'm not going to do like a karmic reading or anything, but just reliving that might be kind of enough of a confirmation, like King of Wands. Like this excuse me. Yeah, just whew. That was weird. I had a hiccup and a yawn. A hiccup can represent the heart, right? The digestive system, which is our intuition, trusting your gut. This person broke down your ability to trust yourself, but now you're like, wow, if I were presented with that a-hole today, I would have zero interest. I would listen to myself because now that your body was telling you, like when you went, oh, I'm not that attracted to them. I prefer them to be taller, or I prefer them to have whatever. If you want somebody with one green eye, one blue eye, practical magic, Nelly, girl, she's such a grumpy little shit, I'm telling you. She's all talk though. If Sable only like smartened up one day, she would just, it'd be a bad day for Nelly. That's all I'm saying. But she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart to them. She's reactive with all other dogs, but to her family, she's like, she's very protective. Libra. Yeah. She is karma. She's why does she look so pitiful? Because she's like, shut up. You've been talking forever. Let us out of here. Okay, so I don't know where I was going with that, and maybe Nelly was just telling me, shut up, you've talked enough, because I do feel like I did give a little bit of energy to them, a little bit more than I would like to, but I feel like for the collective that has not seen their union or fears that their union is not here, that fear is like an implanted inception. It's like a little disease of the heart and the mind. It got into you. I mean, you could have contracted some sort of disease from this person, right? Could have been something that goes away with a pill. Could be something that doesn't go away with a pill, right? That could be anything. That could be like you got heart disease because you gave to them too much. And if it was a parent, then you inherited it, right? It's like there's something that blocked your ability to trust your gut, follow your heart, speak your truth, express your truth. Maybe that confession expression, because you always confess because you felt like you expressing your thoughts, your feelings, anything that came out of your mouth was like shunned, ignored, manipulated. You never were able to express it authentically, so you kind of forgot how. And then now that you've learned, it's like looking back on what you accepted, what you gave energy to, you're almost like there could be like a disgust or an anger with yourself for accepting that, for giving to that. And that, Rose of Venus, something about the rose, and something about the planet Venus, right? It's all love. And also, did you ever know You're My Hero from Beautiful? It's like, Bette Midler also sings in Beaches, the rose. Some say love, it is a river that does some shit. I don't know the words. I can't think of the words right now. But I say love, it is a flower. In every seed, there's like the seeds of inception were planted. And some of those were like weeds that you had to pluck. And you did that work. You did that shadow work. And you're like, nope, you're not welcome here. Nope, you're fucking up my garden. Nope, you're strangling, you're root binding my roses. Right? And now you're like, and I just see like butterflies, pollinators. You could be planting or dream of a garden. But this is your internal garden that has to be nourished, and that soil there was a lot of pollutants and stuff. That you've done so much work on yourself that I feel like if you look back, or if somebody comes back into your life to try and weasel back in because you've built all this up, and they're like, oh, there's our little lantern, we can come take energy from again, we can succubus. It's like, now you're gonna zap them, because I saw all those moths on the ground. It's like, and they got zapped by a outdoor heater or whatever, not a bug zapper, but it's like your heat is going to attract all the cold beings, right? Like you think of like demonic entities, they're very cold when you walk into a room that is possessed. It's cold, it's empty, you are the warmth. And now that you're the warmth, this person loves your warmth just as much as they want your warmth, just as much as the other vectors and vampires want your warmth, but they don't want to just take it. So they're warming themselves up. They're getting themselves into these wands, these alchemy. They're really working on their own healing. They're following your lead. I feel that's what it is. This masculine is following your lead, feminines, because you are holding it down. You're holding down the frequency of self-love, of self-proclamation. You're standing your ground, and you're not accepting anything less than you deserve, less than you love yourself, right? You're not going to do that because you love yourself a great deal. And you know that because of how much you had to pour into such an empty vessel. So forgive yourself for not knowing what you knew, not knowing then what you know now, because you wouldn't have known what you know now if you didn't go through that. So I know that's kind of a cliche bumper sticker sort of advice there, but it's some advice, and some of those slogans, they last the test of time because there is such a truth in them. So yeah, this masculine really admires the healing that you've done, and they're like, well, I don't want to take from them, so I better make sure that I'm up to snuff. Maybe they quit smoking or dipping or something like that. It's like, and that's just like one thing. They didn't quit for you. It's they wanted to quit. They always wanted to stop doing this thing, whatever it was. I'm just using cigarettes or snuff as an example, but it's something that was not benefiting them. Something that was, you pay for a cancer-causing agent. Isn't that absurd? You know, no judgment on people who smoke. I mean, I will pay my last dime for some processed bullshit food, some snacks, and then I'll freaking binge eat on it, you know? That's my thing. And when I went through sobriety and quitting other things, you know, like that kind of goes up. Somebody might be a little bit concerned that they put on some weight or something. Nobody gives a shit. This person doesn't give a shit. I mean, they don't want you to be unhealthy or like inactive or anything like that. This is someone who will lift you up and hold you to your highest standard, where other people were like, yes, they're gaining weight. No one else is going to want them now. I've got them in a box. I've got them trapped. They're a prisoner of my design. This person's like, no. When I met you, this is what you enjoyed. And they're going to make sure that you don't, you know, when you first get with somebody, you're excited, you spend a lot of time together, you start to maybe, you know, put on a few pounds, stop doing the things you like doing because you want to be around this person all the time. But this person's going to say, okay, look, this is fun, but I got to go over here and do my stuff because I don't want to forget doing my stuff that brings me joy and peace, right? And healing. And this person is going to make sure that they give you that space and make it known that they want you to be 111, that they want you to be healthy, right? Of the mind, body, and spirit. All right, this is a very long one, but I feel like I've been kind of shorthanding you guys with these other messages, and the video's not uploading. Because I didn't delete the other ones that didn't upload, and I was able to re-download them or upload them, but they were like days later, and then this one not uploading. That kind of was just funny, because I feel like there must be a message in there that something doesn't want me to, doesn't want somebody to find, and it was for the divine masculine. So, because once this masculine pursues this feminine, it's over. It's over. All the karmics, they have no chance. While you aren't in this union, they still feel like they have a chance. So they're going to come back in, but I feel like you're just like, no to anything from the past. Like, too much damage has been done. You're probably a very tolerant person as an empath. You're like, you probably gave them a lot of slack, and they just kept abusing it. They kept taking. So hopefully you're not going to give to that for your highest good, right? Because when they come in, your person's right there. They're right there. And it's almost like, let sleeping dogs lie with the moths. I just get this image of, you know, walking over the threshold, and when you open the door, there they are. They're behind that door. And that's a metaphorical 5D door, feminines. So the masculine may be actually like walking through a door or knocking at your door. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Okay. That was a lot of information, a lot of channeling. Hopefully there was something for you in there, collective. I'm going to go in right now and I'm going to upload this video. And then I'm going to delete everything and see if I can download and upload the other one. If not, I will be doing another masculine reading for the collective. That was for the collective that resonated with the feminine reading that I just uploaded last. How was everybody's Valentine's Day? Weekend? Everything? Hopefully, yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a almost defeated collective here. Like they have the faith, but they're teetering. There's a little bit of like, oh gosh, like maybe you had high hopes that this person would come in by February 14th or by some date, and they didn't, and there's a reason for that, because they didn't want it to be a cliche. They want your gift, offer, date. They don't want it to be associated with any other date. This is a very special, specific offer that just honors you in this connection. And it's not something that like anybody could just go to the store and buy, you know, at the gas station on the way over to pick you up for your date or whatever. This is something that is very well thought out, and I think it's gonna maybe shock you a little bit. So we'll see. Anyway, hope there was something in here for you. Until next time, I wish you well.